Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So moving on now, we want to discuss the types of verbs not according to the number of letters. Because before, what we were doing, we said thulathi mujarrad, thulathi mazid fi, and ruba'i. Now thulathi means it has 3 root letters. Ruba'i means it has 4 root letters. So according to the number of root letters, we have thulathi and ruba'i. And then are there extra letters or no extra letters? You have mujarrad and mazid fi. But now we look at a different aspect. That the حروف أصلية, the root letters, what are they make up? Okay, so before we go into that, let's analyze and try to figure out how many types of letters are there altogether? Okay? Yeah, how many types of root letters there are altogether? So first we have the harf illa. Illa literally means weak. And these are called weak because once one is weak, what happens? You can push them around easily, innit? Or hopefully they change from bad to good, or from a worse state to a good state. So they change or they're weak, they can move around. So these letters, the waw and the ya, they're called harf illa. Okay, because why? They can drop, they can be changed. So you have waw and ya. Now you also get alif as well. But you have to remember, alif is not a harf on its own. Whenever you see an alif, remember hamza is different. Hamza has in the Indian Pakistani Qurans and our old texts, you don't have the hamza on top. But in the modern standard text, that's why you have it hamza on top, or hamza at the bottom, or it's a waw with a hamza. So what happens now is that this is called a hamza, that's different. The alif, which is written without a hamza, at the top at the bottom. This is an alif. An alif does not exist on its own. Alif will only come as a changed form of waw and ya. For example, I'll give a very simple example. You may have come across the word qala. So qala means to say. Now when you look at a dictionary, you can't find qala under qaf, alif, lam, because alif doesn't exist. You find maybe qaf, hamza, alif, lam. That's a verb. I don't think that is a verb. But you won't find alif. What would you find? You have to now look under. You know that alif is what? A changed form of what? Waw or yes. You're either under qaf, waw, lam, or qaf, ya, lam. Do you understand? So that's the first type, harfu illa. The second type is hamza. Basically hamza. So a hamza is written like this, and it's also you see in the alif bar as what? Like this. Like that. And it also comes like this, if a kasra, if a hamza underneath, and it can also be written like this. For example, like this. Okay? Okay. The next one after that is what? Sahih. So apart from you have harf illa, is alif, waw, and ya. Hamza is a hamza, written in any of these forms. And the after that is everything is called sahih. So there are 3 types of letters. Now based on this, now we're going to go into our discussion, which we originally wanted to discuss was types of verbs based upon the types of harf illa. So sahih. What's a sahih verb? A sahih verb is that verb which has no harf illa, no hamza, or no repeated letter. Basically all of you studying all along. Fataha, daraba, sami'a, sarrafa, qatala, taqabala. All of those abwab that we were studying before, none of the examples had any hamzas in it, it never had a waw in it, or it never had a ya. Neither were any of the letters the same. So this is called sahih. Okay, for example, like fataha, what else do we had? Fataha, sami'a, akrama. Okay, now let me ask you a question here. Akrama. Now, is this mahmuz? Is this sahih? It's got hamza in it? No. So it's not sahih.
No, the حروف أصلية, none of them are hamza.
Exactly. So what happens here? We have the word akrama. We have a hamza, but it is still sahih. Why is it sahih? Because the fa is a kaf, the ain is a ra, and the lam is a meen. So the hamza or the waw or the ya coming in does not affect the what? It has to be in the original letter. For example, if you go to bab mufa'ala, if you have qatala, is this sahih or not? This is sahih. Why? Because the alif here is not part of the root letter. What's the root letters? Qaf, ta, and lam. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Right. Moving on. Mahmuz. This is a verb which has what in it? A hamza in either the fa, ain, or lam positions. It's very important to remember that the fa, ain, and lam, the extra hamza does not affect it. For example, akala. Where's the hamza coming? Here. It's coming here and here. So what happens now? If the hamza comes in the fa position, you call it what? No, you call it mahmuzul. No, fa. So if the hamza comes in the fa position, you call it mahmuzul fa. If the hamza comes in the ain position, you call it what? You don't get any points for guessing that one. Mahmuzul ain. And if the hamza comes in the ain, you call it what? Mahmuzul. My writing is not. Mahmuzul lam. You get it? Right. Now mu'tal. What happens now if a verb has a harf illa? What's it called? Mu'tal. Any type of illa, whether the harf illa, wherever it comes, you call it mu'tal. Okay, it's a very important word. Mu'tal. Correct? So if it has a harf illa, this is called mu'tal. So you have sahih, you have mahmuz, and you have mu'tal. Now in mahmuz, if you go back to mahmuz, what do you say? We say like there's mahmuzul fa, mahmuzul ayn, and mahmuzul lam. But in mu'tal, we don't call it mu'tal fa, mu'tal ayn, mu'tal lam. What do we say? Each has a different name. So you can have mu'tal fa, you can have mu'tal ayn, and mu'tal lam. But you don't call it those. You give each one a different name. Okay? So based on where the harf illa is, that's what you call it. So if the harf illa comes at the beginning, in the fa position, what do you call it? Mithal. Mithal. Okay? For example, look, wa'ada. So what's the harf illa? Wow. Where's it coming? Which position? Fa position. So it's a mu'tal because it has a harf illa. And where's the harf illa coming? At the beginning, the fa position. You call that what? Mithal. If it comes in the middle, you call it what? Ajwaf. So for example here, look. You have here what? You have the alif in the middle. And you have the alif in the middle again. This is called what? Ajwaf. But this alif is not really an alif. What is it really? A waw. This is originally a waw. This is originally a ya. And you'll study that as you go along. But you know that alif does not exist on its own form. Okay? And if the harf illa comes in the lam position, you call it what? Naqis. You call it naqis. For example, da'a. Da'a and rama. So again, this da'a is alif, but alif is originally a waw. And this is rama, pronounced with alif, rama. In the Pakistani and the Hindu-Pak script, you say, written like this, ra, you will call it what? Khara zabar, standing zabar. So it's pronounced as a alif, but the ya is written there because originally the alif was what? A ya. So pronounced as a alif, but originally was a ya. And you do that as you go along in the detail. So it's called naqis. Correct? Now all of those we discussed previously had one harf illa. How many harf illa did they have? One. If a verb has more than one harf illa, you don't call that mu'tal, you call it lafif. Okay? Okay? Now, because you can have two harf illa, so the harf illa you have fa, ayn, and lam. Correct? Now the possibility is that you can have the harf illa here, one. It'll come here, number one, or it'll come here, number two. Or, yeah, it'll come here, number one, or it'll come here, number two. So in this scenario, the harf illa coming where?
Ayn and lam position.
Together. Ayn and lam position. And in this scenario, they're coming together, but they're what? They're what? Separated by the ayn. So the harf illa can come in the fa and the lam, separated by the ayn, or they can come in the ayn and the lam, coming together at the end. So according to this, you have two names. If it comes together, you call it maqroon. Maqroon means what? Close. That's why we have what? The word? Quran. Because what's happened in the Quran is being put together. It's being what? Put together and compiled. So from Quran you get maqroon. Like rawa. So what's happening here? You have waw here and you have the ya here. They're coming where? Together. So it's called lafif. What kind of lafif is it? Lafifun maqroon. If they come separately, you call it what? Mafruq. Why? Because you have the waw here. The fa is coming in between, breaking them up. You see? And then what comes at the end? The ya comes again at the end. So it's called lafi because it has two harf illa, but they're broken up in between by the fa, and it's called mafruq. Faruq, separated. Farq, different, is separated. You following? Okay. Then you have murakkab. What does murakkab mean? That has a combination of any of the above. For example, like Ya'isa. What does Ya'isa have? Tell me.
It has a hamza in the ayn position.
It has a hamza in the ayn position.
It has a harf illa in the fa position.
And it has a harf illa in the fa position. So this is mithal plus what? Mahmuzul ayn. So look, it's a combination of different things. What about ra'a?
It's got a hamza in the ayn position.
And then it's got a
Ya in the lam position.
yeah. And awa?
It's got a hamza in the fa position and two harf illas.
Yeah. So I'm saying a combination of all of these. Okay. Right. The last thing is now mudha'af. What does mudha'af mean? Same letter, double letters. Same or double letters. This is called what? Mudha'af. So if a verb has double letters, This is called what? Mudha'af. For example, now, shadda and farra. So look, it's really, shadda was originally what? Because fa'ala pattern in it, so it's really what? Shadada. But obviously, when you learn the rules later on, instead of saying shadda, was easier to pronounce shadda. Okay? If it's a rufa, so what happens here in thulathi, it comes here, the two letters that come here at the end. So sha and da, fa, ra becomes farra. So the two double letters come at the end. When it's ruba'i, what happens in ruba'i? If you have ruba'i verb, that the harful illa come, let me give you an example. It comes here, the fa and the first lam or the ain and the second lam. Mix me now. You have here zalzal, let's say hashasa. This is mudha'af. Why? Because this is, if you look at it, the pattern of this is what? Fa, ain, lam and lam. So fa, ain, lam, two lams. That's what you do. So if you have more than three letters, you don't say fa'ala, you say fa'ala. So fa'lala. So what happens now? In here, the first fa, the fa and the first lam, they're the same. Which is ha and ha. And the ain and the second lam, which is the sods, they are the same. So they never come together, the double letters, but they're repeated. But they're repeated as separated. In here they come together, the ain and the lam, and here they're separated, but they still have double letters. So in here you have what? Za and za, and then you're going to have what? Lam and lam. So this is also mudha'af, mudha'af and ruba'i. Got it?
Yep.
Okay? Right. Now, what you have to remember now, as I mentioned before, that if from bab taf'il, if a word comes from bab taf'il, you don't say this is what? Mudha'af. For example, you have the word sarrafa. Is that mudha'af? No, it's not mudha'af. Even though it has what inside? Ashadda. Because the harf asli is what? Sad, ra, and fa. The shadda, the extra ra, is extra. So this is not mudha'af. Yes, it's mazid fi. So bab taf'il and bab tafa'ul. The shadda in there does not make it mudha'af. Okay? Right. So you have verbs, correct? According to the type of verbs, we have it. So if it has what? A hamza in it, what do you call it? Mahmuz. For example, akala, sa'ala, qara'a. This is mahmuzul fa, sa'ala is mahmuzul ain, and qara'a is mahmuzul. So anywhere hamza comes, provided the hamza is in a harufun asliya. Bab if'al is not mahmuz. Why? Because the hamza of akrama yukrimu, arsala yursilu, that's not harufun asliya, that's harufun za'ida. Got it? Yes. If it has a harf illa, you look. Does it have one harf illa or more than one harf illa? If it has one harf illa, you call it mu'tal. What do you call it? Mu'tal. And the mu'tal means the harf illa can either be in the fa kalima, ain kalima, or the lam kalima. If it's in the fa kalima, what do you call it? Mithal. For example, wa'ada ya sara. So here you have a waw, and here you have a ya. Or what you call this? You call this mithalul waw. Or mithalun wawiyun. And it's called what? Mithalun ya'iyun. Meaning a mithal, but then the question mark arises, is it a waw harf illa or the ya harf illa? Okay? An ain. If the harf illa comes in the ain kalima, what do you call it? Ajwaf. Qala, or you can also have the example as what? Ba'a. And again you have ajwaful waw, and you have ajwaful, depending on what harf illa is in there. You have naqis, it comes in the end. Da'a, rama, radiyya, all different types. We'll discuss all of these and the tasrif and the changes that occur as we go along. Correct? So if it has a harf illa, one harf illa is called mu'tal. So it's mu'tal, and then this has three names: mithal, ajwaf, and naqis. So we don't even use the word mu'tal anymore because mu'tal is just too vague. And the reason we don't have different names for mahmuz is that because mahmuz, these two don't have any problems at all. These are like normal words. Only this has a few changes. So that's why you don't have to have a separate name for mahmuzul fa, mahmuzul ain, and mahmuzul lam. And in here, each one of these has very significant changes. Let's have a separate name for each one of them. Okay? If it has two harf illa, what do you call it? Lafif. If the harf illa come together, what do you call it? Maqrun. For example, rawa. So the waw and the ya come together. And if they're separate, what do you call it? Mafruq. Well done. For example, wafa, waw here, and then the ya at the end. If the letters are repeated, there are two repeated letters. What is this?
مضاعف.
You call it mudha'af. It's called what? Mudha'af. For example, farra. Another example of ruba'i is what? Zalzala. Okay? If it's a combination of any of these, meaning the hamza, there's harf illa, two harf illa, what do you call it? Murakkab. For example, ra'a. And if it has none of these, there's no hamza, no harf illa, no repeated letters, you call it what? Sahih. Like our old boring friend from before, a faithful friend, fataha and sami and daraba. Yeah? Any questions?
Nope.
Yeah?